And another thing was there was a lot of like little spaces that I needed to navigate, move the washer and dryer. So many little challenges for such a small space, but I want to show you how we continue on right behind where the washer and dryer is, and we move on towards the laundry door that opens to the garage. We have already taken out the whole floor from behind the washer and dryer. I was working at a good pace installing the floors, and as you can see, I was staggering the floors so that the mechanism of the whole floor would lock in and wouldn't open later on. And what that means is that the first piece that I installed there at the beginning, where it's closest to the wall, is gonna be a smaller piece. So I'm gonna cut it off either in half or maybe at a quarter of the size, and then using the connector to match the next full piece and going with full pieces until I reach the end, and whatever size I need at the end, I will cut it off depending on what I need. Then the next line that's going to go underneath is going to be also staggered. So making sure that it doesn't align with the upper line. So it would be if the first on the top was a quarter of the size, the next one is going to be half the size of my flooring. That way they'll stagger and it'll lock in correctly, and then continue on with the next lines like that. And I hope that all made sense. Otherwise, please let me know in the comments. Alright guys, this is as far as I've gone right now. It's 8:27, day 5. And as you can notice, I put the lighter color floor right here where the washer and dryer are going to be underneath. That way I can use those floors because they're too light. And then the floor for the master bathroom that I had bought the same color. My mom doesn't like it. I really don't like it now because of the whole, how you install it is kind of hard, and it's really thin material. Maybe that's why it was on sale. But I mean, it's gonna do the job. I'm gonna finish off here tonight with the molding, caulking, nail gun it, finish this off. That way I can move washer and dryer back, connect everything, have that done tonight, I hope. And then finish off the rest of the flooring as well, and then I'll do molding tomorrow. So as long as I can do at least up to like right here, and then I'm gonna start moving everything and I can finish off tomorrow. I think that's a better plan. Day 6 of the floor installation for the laundry. As you can see here, I still have the washer and dryer on the way here, away from its original place. It's a balmy 56 degrees today here in California. I feel it's chilly, but we're gonna say that it's balmy so that we don't think anything else and we keep on going. It's a beautiful day, so bright, so beautiful. I'm just gonna show you a little bit of the sunny day. So this is my street out here. Really nice neighborhood and a beautiful day outside. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, guys. So beautiful. This is the outside where I'm the laundry entrance, and I have all my floors here, all the stuff that I need to use. And so as I come in here, I couldn't finish the floor. I thought I was gonna finish it all the way through, but I didn't. It was getting late and I was hungry. And then it was really cold, so I'm gonna do the molding as I had told you, and let's get to work. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing the trim right here. Real quickly of what I'm gonna be using is a caulking. I'm gonna go over with the caulk first, then I'm gonna put the trim, do more caulking, and that's gonna make it as watertight as it can get. And then I'm gonna use also a piece of the old molding to put over here by the cabinet. That way everything is completely enclosed and it's gonna be completely watertight as far as this little. It was gonna be easier and faster. And right here I was just doing the final touches with the caulking, and I did it at the bottom and then I did it at the top. I used the 3M masking tape as well, which is really good because it doesn't leave any residue. And you'll see later in the next video I used some other type, and you'll see which one I used, and it left residue and I had to work extra. So tip of the day here, guys, use the right product. That way you don't have to work twice. Of putting the floor here, and I was almost sure that I was gonna need to open a whole new box just for one piece. Luckily, I played around with all the pieces that I had left, and it was a bunch of little leftovers, but I made it happen. I had to undo the floor, the last line that I had done, and rearrange everything, but I was able to make it happen. And I only had a little piece that I had to glue on, but you'll see what I did with it. everything to the outlets, washer and dryer. And sorry about the brightness there, guys. Yeah, it's going away now. Then we started putting the water lines and also the sewage all the way into that black tube that you see in the middle. And one tip that I want to give you is, if you're doing something like this, tag which one is your hot and which one is your cold, because I had to kind of like wing it, and thankfully it was the right thing to, it went to the right place, but otherwise I would have had to move the washer and dryer back again. Not good. Then my dad started installing the gas, and he put this tape that they use for plumbing. I'll put the name later because I don't know which one is the name. So he did a couple of passes until it was nice, and then he put the gas line there. Okay guys, I'm almost done, but we already moved the washer and dryer, connected everything. I'm running out of gas, so I'm trying to stay active because this is a lot of work. And so now we only need the very last pieces that are here by the doorway, and so that's gonna be next. I need to cut it, but I need to go outside and cut it because I can't cut it here now. The last pieces had to go in, so I had to cut them to the right width, and I also had to uninstall the door molding, just the bottom portion, and I did that by scoring the caulking and lifting the molding so that I could get the floor underneath and get it to fit in the space properly. We're gonna see if it goes in. Another cleanup. Just kind of like undo it, and then I'm putting it through here and hoping that it fits, but it's not going through here, so I'm gonna have to shave it a little bit here. Here I cut with my knife the just along the floor, but I should have actually taken it out so that I didn't mess up, just in case of the knife, you know, slipping and me ruining the floors. Then I actually went outside to cut the other piece, which was great. And the molding there, by the way, I had already cut it to the length so that it would fit perfectly on top of the flooring when it was installed. Okay, and then now, as you can see here, I decided to just keep going doing the caulking, and I'll do it with this ceramic tile that I used on the other end, and that's gonna be sanded. It has the, it's like a coffee bean color, but I think it really goes with the floors, and that's just gonna be on this side, and then the rest I'm just gonna caulk with the regular caulk. That way I can seal the ends, and then I'll put the molding. Okay, so I didn't have I didn't have a matching piece for the very end because this was short. This piece right here was short. So as you saw, I added that tiny piece of floor, and then it did have the click over here, but it doesn't have the click to the horizontal line. So I added some caulking at the bottom for gluing it to the floor, and then I'm gonna add some of this caulking as well. Okay, ay, too much. It's gonna be enough for everything. And this is sanded caulking, and it really matches. Okay, so I'm adding the caulking in between the two floors. That way it's gonna be glued basically. And as you can see, I added tape so that I can do this. I can smear the whole thing and it's not gonna do much of a mess because I'm already on top of the masking tape here. I do need to get rid of this mess, so I'll go wash. All right, guys, look at the difference of these floors. Doesn't it look like night and day? And the effort and all the work are so worth it now that I can see this stage of the work. So we'll do the molding next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching. See you next week.